Okay, this is not a test. This is rock and roll.
I wake up every morning in a bed that's too small, drive my daughter to a school that's too expensive, and then I go to work to a job for which I get paid too little.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
You're waking up with the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
90.5 WASU. It's Morning App time. Yay. I'm Joshua Kornmeyer. We have Dovey, of course.
This is an introduction.
Go introduce yourself. Go.
I'm Dovey Dasabaris, a.k.a. Dovey. How you doing?
Everyone introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
Hi, I'm Nicole, here for the first time ever.
Whoa. Wait, where's Howie?
What happened to your voice, Howie?
Nicole, what'd you do to Howie?
I don't know.
I'll take this one. On Monday, I was not there, and no, I was not slacking like Howie made it seem. I was actually on a business trip, is what I'll call it.
Oh, business
You can
trip.
say anything's a business trip. You like?
Okay, I was actually at my new job supporting the women's basketball team.
Slowly leaving us here, I understand.
They have a game tonight, actually, at Holmes Convocation Center at 5, if you would like to come to that game.
Plug.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll be on the call. But today, Howie, sadly, is also slacking.
He is not slacking.
Might be on the
He
business
told everyone
trip.
I was slacking, so we're going to tell him, or
I know.
everyone.
You're really salty about that.
I would. I loved him, but...
No,
Don't call
Howie
me
is
out
sick
like that.
this morning. He'll be back Friday. Hopefully, he'll feel better by then. But instead, we have the amazing Nicole Bryce here with us today. I'm very excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Tell us a little about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm a junior EMB major here at App State.
Oh.
Studying production.
What's that major like?
Gee, I don't know.
What's school
Super
like,
full.
Nicole?
A little stressful, just a little bit.
I just love always having girls on the show because I feel like Wednesdays, it's always all dudes. And, we got to represent the women out there.
Absolutely.
Another reason just to be mad at Howie for not being here. They're starting to take over.
Well, I just realized this, but Thanksgiving break is basically next week. That kind of
Yeah,
just hit me. I don't know why, but in my head I was like, oh, it's probably like 4 weeks away, but that's next week.
No,
It's
that's
kinda-
Christmas, Dovey.
That's definitely.
That's Christmas.
I mean, it's nice to know that, it's good to look forward to. Are there any like Thanksgiving traditions that you guys really like, or any kind of meals that you're really looking forward to once it's all done?
Nobody?
I have
know.
stuff. I figured I'd let the ladies go first.
I mean, honestly, like all my family lives up north now, so it's really just my immediate family. And my brother decided to go to his girlfriend's for Thanksgiving this Christmas or this whatever holiday season. So now it's gonna be my pops, my mom, and I just casually eating a big meal. Like it's really not a big deal unless we go visit family. It's nice though. It's a nice time to just spend at home with your parents. But I mean, aside from that, it's really just not a big deal in our house for some reason.
How's the food, Kristen? I know you have an excellent big meal, don't you?
Yeah, I can't cook.
Just wait.
We like to microwave things in
There
my
it is.
house. So
Yeah, she doesn't. She told me like a week ago. She's like, yeah, the food isn't that great because no one in my family knows how to cook.
What's that?
So-
Talladega Nights? How do you say that movie name?
Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
You know the scene where like they're all at the dinner table and they have like Taco Bell and like KFC, which is like a genius way to plug in all those all
Product
those fast
placements.
foods. But that's basically how I'd imagine your.
Okay, see now if my parents are listening, they're gonna be really upset. They're gonna yell at me after the show. Kristen, we cook for you and blah blah blah.
But that's not the point,
The point is we microwave everything and we use box stuff. So.
The point is that you're with
wrong with
fam.
No,
you
it's
know.
not.
Oh.
The point is food.
No, what? The point is sleep. You both are wrong.
Okay.
If you can be in bed eating the food from Thanksgiving, that is the ideal situation here.
Lock the door away from family.
No, man, that's probably my favorite part of the whole experience is when you're like really full and everybody's in some kind of like living area and you're like half awake.
Yeah.
And somebody's trying to start small talk, but you're just like, yeah, man, just about to
coma.
fall asleep. That's the best feeling. That's the coziest feeling in the world.
Do you guys do anything?
For me, it's just my mom and I, because we're immigrants and all our family is like across the world and they don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Oh,
so
you
it's
don't
usually
bring it to them?
No, we usually. I mean, the way it works is we kind of just eventually get invited to somebody's place, and then we just join their Thanksgiving. So it's kind of like different every year. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's
really
nice.
fun.
I wish I had friends that would invite me to, Thanksgiving. Quite nice.
Yeah, I pretty much do the same thing. It's just immediate family, just hanging out and eating good food. All of our family, like Kristen, lives up north, so we're kind of away from everybody.
When is a good time to do? I mean, I know we're getting to that age where, you know, we're getting older, and you know, I don't know when.
To sit in the big adult table.
When is it okay? Oh, you're still at the kids' table?
Yeah.
To go to your boyfriend's place for the holidays or to go to your girlfriend's place for the holidays. Because my brother's 24 and he's doing that now, but they haven't been dating long. And it's just like, when do you start that? I feel like
2
I'm
years.
still too young to do that.
2 years. Yeah. I'll give it
Dating 2 years?
Yeah. That's,
Really?
That's mine, yeah.
What's the...
You try to go to both, but yeah.
Yeah.
because then you're considered like a family member, you know, if you're in there.
Yeah.
A year's
it's like
probably too early. Like, maybe one will pop by, but...
Genuinely, I don't even think my brother and his girlfriend have been dating more than 6 months, and they're spending the holidays together.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, I mean, they are also in that older category
Yeah.
where it's kind of okay, but...
Yeah.
I mean, I got a lot of Thanksgiving traditions we do. The number one thing we love to do every year on Thanksgiving Day, it has not failed, even though we have the parade and like cooking all the time. But the number one thing we do, we have like a bridge by our house, so we always take a nice little walk to the bridge. And if anyone's seen Winnie the Pooh, they always drop like little sticks on one side of the bridge and watch them go under, and like try and like the water trickles it through and under, and you try and get your stick through. So we do that every year. We go to Winnie the Pooh Stick Bridge, as we call it, and we have fun just dropping twigs in the water and letting it go under.
Your family tradition isn't to burn the turkey?
No.
Drop the turkey?
We're actual good
Over
cooks.
microwave it.
We are actual good cooks. And yes, if anyone needs any place to stay for Thanksgiving, my mom is always offering. She's like, do you have any friends that need anywhere to go? We'll host them.
So
Hey,
me, my mom, and my dad will be joining the Cornmeyers this Thanksgiving.
we'll bring a Lithuanian dish of some kind if you want.
There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. What does that entail?
Just potatoes.
Just
we're super into potatoes. That's how we
Oh,
Okay. I'll have some
make it
potatoes.
happen.
Ooh, that's nice. You're invited.
Cool.
Yes.
I decline.
I decline!
Just because it's always cool to be like, nah.
You just wanted to be invited.
I'm just kidding. I will consider it. I appreciate the invitation.
Well, moving past Thanksgiving, we know Christmas is coming up, and literally my roommate was sitting on the couch yesterday like, what should I put on my Christmas list? He literally has everything, and he's like, I'm going to put Legos, just because Legos, like, which I don't disagree with him because Legos are amazing, but for parents out there trying to figure out what toys are the best, or just for anybody trying to pick some toys, the World Against Toys Causing Harm. Yeah, that's pretty specific. Came out with the 10 worst toys that are like harmful to people this year. And we are about to look at all these and actually decide if they are. Okay, number 10, it looks like Brianna Baby Doll.
Doesn't sound bad.
It says potential for choking injuries, but
Okay.
I really feel like that's any toy.
Yeah.
literally every toy. It's a
Yeah.
choking
That's
like
hazard
any
for under 3
object.
years old.
Yeah.
Pencils are choking.
And-
School is hazardous.
And why are we targeting Brianna? I feel like there's a lot of other baby dolls out there other than Brianna.
I also just want to point out that it's incredibly hilarious that there is a
whole alliance.
organization.
They're like the Avengers of bad toys.
Parenting 101.
Okay, number 9, Jet's heel wheels.
Heel wheels.
I'm guessing
Heelys?
it's like I'm
Okay.
guessing it's like Heelys.
yeah, those.
Throwback right there.
Not dangerous. Super cool. Never had one.
I don't
Still
know, man.
salty.
Well, their description for why is potential for blunt impact and fire-related burn injuries.
Fire. Yeah, because they're so hot. Such great toys. You go super
Because
fast.
every single
and-
time you glide, you leave behind like
Yeah.
a trail of fire.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody's like, "Whew, that kid
See,
is insane.
I'm thinking about it when
Holy
you're like
crap.
gliding on your wheelies. If you trip and face plant, you're gonna go sliding on the pavement, and that'll be like a burn-related injury. That's what I'm thinking.
Like
No.
road burn,
Or maybe you
road
just like,
rash kind of thing.
or maybe you just like fall and it's really embarrassing. And your friends are like, oh, burn, you know.
That's it.
Or
That's
you
it,
fall,
Debbie.
hit a car,
Just
car blows up. Yeah,
embarrassing,
yeah.
Car blows up.
Okay, number 8, an oval xylophone. What in the world?
A xylophone? How
A
is a musical
xylophone.
instrument dangerous?
oval.
Potential for ingestion and choking injuries.
Okay, I'm over this organization. Tear them down.
I'm pretty sure they just reached into a bin and picked out the first toy, and they're like, oh, yep, I can make this dangerous. I really think that happened.
Yeah.
And then we have Slacker's Slackline Classic Series Kit.
Okay, those are very dangerous and very difficult to operate, especially, you know.
The slack line is just pretty much a slack line, right?
Yeah, basically.
Super hard thing to do.
It says potential for strangulation, which is an excellent word, and fall-related injuries.
I was going to say.
I didn't know that was like
kinda
considered a toy for kids.
Well, they have like kid slack lines, so they're smaller and closer to the ground. Yeah, my neighbors have one. But I had an adult slack line for about 2 weeks. Worst thing ever.
Yeah.
If you don't know what a slack line is, it's basically a thick tightrope, basically, that you will tie between two trees and you just walk across it and jump on it for fun. And it's super dangerous and difficult to navigate. I was not a slackliner.
Yeah, turn them into hippies early on. Then we got the Nerf Zombie Strike Deadbolt Crossbow, which I feel like that's oddly specific.
It's an actual crossbow.
I wonder why a crossbow is dangerous for a child.
But Nerf guns are always the best. Like, I never had a problem with those. Those are amazing.
They're a good toy. They're
Oh my
solid
gosh.
for any kid, any age. Like,
Give them guns early.
Oh,
and
that's what I
then
can get my dad. Nerf guns. There you go.
Then we got hand fidget spinners, potential for choking injury. Yeah, I don't know.
Also annoyance.
Yeah.
it's gonna go away. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
We have the pull-along pony, which is in the same class as the slackline because it says potential for strangulation and entanglement injuries.
Didn't I see that pull along pony as number 1 on your Christmas list, Josh?
Yeah.
Okay,
I know.
cool.
So I'm not
Just double
showing. I'm not showing this list to my parents.
This is just his Christmas list. It's not even.
All right, and
Page 1.
we're gonna skip to number 1, Wonder Woman Battle Sword.
Oh, I wonder why a sword and a crossbow are dangerous.
Well, I mean, if used correctly, they are a vital source of fun.
Well, when we get back here on the Morning App, we'll be having lots of fun talking about Today I Learned. You are listening to 90.5 WASU FM, The App. And now back to your favorite morning talk show, The Morning App, on 90.5 WASU. 8:16 on this lovely Wednesday morning. You are waking up here with The Morning App on 90.5 WASU. And right now, we are talking about something we haven't talked about on the show yet, honestly. And I think it's because Nicole's here, so she's bringing some good stuff to the table. But being vegetarian in college apparently is really difficult.
It is for sure. So, I was talking to my mom about Thanksgiving and everything, getting ready for, deciding what we want to have for dinner and stuff like that. And I was thinking about how difficult it was Thanksgiving for me several years because a lot of people didn't know that I was vegetarian for 3 years, actually. I just recently ended last school year with being vegetarian. Thank you. It is really difficult in college. We do have a lot of options here on campus, fortunately, but vegetarian options are more so limited, and you end up eating a lot of the same things every day, and it just gets very monotonous, and you're not getting the proper nutrition you need. I actually started being vegetarian just for the heck of it, just basically my parents were like, oh, it's not going to last very long, and I was like, I'll prove you wrong here. And I did it for just about 3 years, and I enjoyed it thoroughly, but I decided to go back to eating meat again just because, I was tired of kind of the monotonous meals and things like that. But have you guys ever done any special diets or kind of weird restrictions there on that part?
No, but I definitely would say even being an omnivore in college is hard. You know what I mean? It's tricky to cook in general and prep everything. So I had a friend who was vegan who came to visit on Saturday, but he's very brand new to the whole thing. And so he came here, and it was exhausting to watch him try to figure out, because he still didn't know exactly, what to just go for. He doesn't have, a plan
right,
for
what
his
you can
meals.
and can't eat, because there's a lot of things that are hidden products, like butter. You don't think about,
exactly,
things like that, chicken broth.
So we went out, and we got mellow mushroom, right in front of him, and he was just chowing it down. And then we had to go to, Harris Teeter, and he just got, some crackers and avocado, because he didn't know. So it's tough, Yeah,
and I feel too, though, out of all places to try to be vegetarian in college, Appalachian State University is probably one of the better options you have.
For sure.
They definitely are considered. I see vegan options everywhere I go, and gluten-free options, but I've never done. The special diet I'm on is called I'm on a budget, and I can only afford to eat the same 4 things every week. Literally, I can't cook more than 4 things, and so that's what I eat every single week. So I understand it gets monotonous, but that's because of my tiny budget, and going to live in college is expensive. So, but I don't think I would ever be down to be vegetarian, because you know what? Chick-fil-A has my heart.
See, I'm that one person that doesn't like Chick-fil-A here on campus. Everybody instantly runs to Chick-fil-A for lunch, and I didn't do it.
Bye, Nicole.
I've gotten kind of sick of Chick-fil-A just because of that very reason, and especially because they have it on campus. But then it's man, I can't do this anymore. Every time I think of Chick-fil-A, I'm like, oh man, it's my first semester all over again.
Yeah, it just makes you think about school even more.
What would you say is the hardest source to try to find? Is it a source of protein, or
I'd say a source of protein and fresh vegetables and stuff like that. We do have salad bars and stuff like that, but just getting all the fresh fruits and vegetables that you need on campus is really difficult, and as far as protein goes, it's hard to replace a lot of things. You can do nuts and stuff like that,
beans.
But it's definitely hard.
I feel like it'd just be eggs, right?
Yeah, eggs is a great source. That's my go-to.
Yeah, that's the only one I can think of for
peanut butter has a lot
eggs?
of protein.
Okay.
Well, vegans can't
have anything from any source of animal.
Yeah.
Right.
And then vegetarians just don't eat meat. Sometimes they eat fish. I don't know.
If they eat fish, it's called a pescatarian.
Okay. Yeah.
It's when the moon is full and it's half crescent. One of those rare occasions.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think though, it would be fun to challenge myself into trying something different. One time I tried to do a diet where I didn't eat fast food or something like that. But as far as vegetarian goes, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah. My mom's a super health nut, so I've kind of been conditioned to I can't really eat too much grease or too much sugar, because it really does eventually knock me down. So I guess I have a little bit of a different diet than most. But
I think too, maybe when you move off campus and you have your own place, I feel as though being vegetarian then would be a little bit easier. A lot easier.
Then you can cook for yourself and stuff. But as somebody who's still living on campus, it's challenging.
It's just such a mobile lifestyle being in college, and sometimes it's just so much. It's so convenient to just be able to get a fast food meal and then come home and then go ahead and study and then crash. But Yeah. That's the life, man. But that's an interesting thing to learn about. I've got some other things you can learn about with Today I Learned, the best subreddit in the world. If you guys are ready for that.
I'm always ready.
I want to say I love how much you love Reddit.
Yeah, it's such a good. I don't know. Like I don't go to Twitter or I don't go to like Facebook to like kill time. You know, I go to Reddit because it's just there's some.
Why do you like raise him up on his segments and then when I have like my morning shower thoughts like yay.
Yeah, that's a subreddit.
Thank you.
I know.
Because I support Dovey, Joshua, and my goal is to tear you down. No, I'm just kidding. But
boy.
I'm just kidding. I support your ideas, Josh.
There's so many that I wish I could talk about, but they're all like visual and stuff. But all right. Does anybody want to pick a number between 1 and 3?
I do.
Oh, just kidding.
I don't think that's between 1 and 3.
1.
No,
1.
I wanted 2.
I always just say 5.
I'm gonna do 2 because Josh
I would have said 2.
roasted earlier.
Sorry, Joshua.
All right, so today I learned that Ian Anderson, the frontman for the rock band Jethro Tull, adopted the flute after he realized he will never be as good as Eric Clapton on the electric guitar. His whole career, he just said, he saw somebody play and he was like, nah.
Eric Clapton.
I'm going to start playing the
flute. He's a god on the guitar.
Did you ever see that picture? There's a picture of like graffiti in England where like somebody spray painted Clapton as God, like really big.
No, but I need to.
It looks sick.
He is.
Yeah. Clapton was even bad. Here's another one that's really interesting. So today I learned that while filming The Wizard of Oz, the 16-year-old Judy Garland was put on a strict diet that includes smoking 80 cigarettes a day to suppress her appetite.
80 a day.
Yeah, that's Hollywood, man.
Are you serious? This is probably back when people thought cigarettes were healthy.
That
for
is
you.
true.
Right,
it was
right.
way back, and it probably worked, you know.
Is she still alive?
No.
Say no.
Okay, what
No,
she
she's
die
not.
of?
I don't remember, but I don't think it was healthy.
I was going to say, if it was cancer, I think we know what happened.
Yikes.
80
But-
cigarettes a
That sounds like child
day?
abuse.
That's a lot, man.
Now, what do you call that diet? We have vegetarian.
Hollywood.
Hollywood, right?
It's still vegetarian. It's just straight up tobacco. Here's the third and final one that's pretty cool. Today I learned that ancient Romans didn't measure time in 60-minute hours. An hour was about 45 minutes in the winter and then 75 minutes in the summer.
Can we do that?
That's interesting.
It is interesting. And I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I would want to do that. It's a little bit confusing, but that's kind of smart. It makes sense. That's how you can avoid like
Because
daylight savings almost.
It's colder in the winter and everything too. So if you have shorter hours and you get out of the day quicker and you get to go home in your bed faster.
Actually, yeah, your workday would be shorter.
Yeah, in the summer I don't mind it because it's hot out. But
The Roman soldiers like, I'm gonna go home.
why are those past cultures so much smarter than us? I just don't get it.
Romans were on top of stuff, man.
Well, what we are about to be on top of is real or fake news. For sure, no Howie today, but Nicole will take his place, and that's probably for the best. And we'll see who's going to win next.
on 90.5 WASU and WASUradio.com.
What's going on? Welcome back to the show. It is 8:31 in the morning. We are the Morning App, and thank you so much for joining us. Hope you like rocking out to some of that throwback Drake and Josh.
Oh, that was amazing.
Jams. I was having a good time.
Why is that such a great song?
Did anyone know that there was more than like one verse though? Like they had the
No
verse
idea.
and the chorus, and then more came.
It's just a great song. You know, it's just all around.
That was a great show.
Yeah.
vibes.
I want them in college.
Oh, yeah, Drake and
That
Josh
would be
in
hilarious.
college.
Please bring that back.
It's
Like,
too late
I'd be
though.
okay
Now
with that.
they're like parents at this point.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Josh just
How
got
old are
married.
they?
Yeah, Josh Peck just got married, and he has a YouTube channel. And Drake Bell is on Twitter.
We're not sure what he's doing.
Super successful. Now.
Yeah.
Well, how is the weather looking this week?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Oh, very glad, yes.
So your full weather on the app forecast has today with a high of 50, low of 38. And honestly, it's going to be like that pretty much the rest of the week. Low 50s, but sunshine, might get some rain on Saturday. But other than that, it's looking pretty nice here in Boone. But, you never know. You never
really
know here in
don't.
Boone.
It'll throw surprises at you.
Yeah.
Just like Real or Fake News. Ta-da! Time for Real or Fake News here on the Morning App. How this works is I'm going to read 4 news headlines.
So Josh and I kind of looked at each other, and he looked at me like, I don't know if it was like a competitive face or a face of confusion. And
No,
like, oh, I'm so scared.
I know exactly what face it was. It was a Kristen, you're not funny face. That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
was.
that
I'm
face.
learning still.
If you know that phase, yeah.
You were like-
I'd make it a lot during the
I
show.
was like, all right,
I
I'm so
tried.
sorry.
Because she's not funny.
Kristen, I think you're funny.
Thank you, Nicole. Another reason I love her.
Fake news.
Every newcomer ever just to try and like get on the show more.
No.
No, absolutely not.
Thank you. Okay, so as I was saying before Josh so rudely interrupted, is how this works is I'm going to read 4 news headlines, and all I can tell you is the headline itself. You will determine if it is real or fake. You will get a tally for every wrong answer, and it's like golf, so at the end of the semester, lowest score wins.
You almost
Bada
messed up a
boom.
little bit there.
We have, here's the current score. We've got, Dovidas. We got me with 22 points. These are tallies. I'm just going to start writing them. Then we got Josh with 20 points. He's currently in the lead. And then
course.
Howie is in last place with 24 points.
Don't worry, Howie. I'll save you.
Yeah, he really needs it. I don't think he's listening right now, but this is the best thing for him, for you to take over.
Yeah.
We all know it.
Poor
All
Howie.
right.
I'm rooting for you. Are you guys ready for the first news headline?
Yes.
Let's
You
do
know what
it.
that
Sorry.
music means. All right. Kid leads police on a car chase.
Yeah.
That really doesn't sound like surprising at all.
Really?
Kid leads
Whoa.
the police. Wait, what?
Leads.
Leads
Like,
police on a
Leads.
car chase.
Yeah.
I've heard so many stories where kids will like steal their parents' cars
Yeah.
and drive it. So I'm not.
This is
surprised.
real.
It's definitely real.
So I'll just say fake. Then
Dobie,
I
just
Stop.
don't think it's real.
You don't think it's real? You've never seen Malcolm in the Middle? Great TV show.
I've seen the first couple episodes, but
Probably the greatest TV
never
show ever.
directed it.
Side note, but that's okay.
I thought this was really surprising. Okay, Josh says
Real.
real, Nicole,
Real.
and Dovie.
Not real.
Okay, well, Joshua and Nicole, you are correct. This is real. It happened in Indiana, and a 7-year-old was just left in the car with the keys were in the ignition, so he hopped in the front seat and ran into a fence. So,
Dovie,
Wow.
just stop trying to be different and just go with your heart. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to catch up, but you got to play the game correctly, okay?
Yeah, it's what you want me to do.
How he's
don't
going to
you,
catch
Josh?
you, okay? And that's
You
going
want
to
me
be
to-
embarrassing.
I love how
You know
Josh
it's gonna work.
is trying to tell you how to play the game correctly. Isn't Josh losing?
No, he's
Kristen,
he's
I'm
in
winning
the
by
lead.
3 now.
Well, it sounds like he's losing. So, next news headline. Monkey passes out after drinking a tourist's cup of coffee.
Fake
How did they
news.
get the coffee?
I can only read the headline.
I don't know. Monkeys do steal things. They do. But I don't know if they would take a cup of coffee and like drink it with like a USA Today magazine. Just
I feel like it wouldn't pass out is where I'm stuck at. I feel like you drink the coffee, the monkey's going to be off the wall bonkers.
Unless it was some Irish
well,
coffee.
it's a lot. It depends on like how much. I think it's how much of the substance you have versus how much you weigh.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Monkey doesn't weigh very much. So
Yeah.
you can OD off that.
Especially if it has, espresso shots in it or something.
Yeah, that pumpkin spice or whatever.
But I don't think it's real, though. I don't think
I don't
there's
either.
enough coordination there.
I
think it's fake.
don't think it's real.
He took a sip of his pumpkin spice latte and it was too basic for him, so he couldn't. He had to leave. Okay, so
Fake.
Joshua says fake.
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 Wow, you guys are all saying fake?
Yeah.
Yep.
What a great day it is because it's my favorite day. You are all wrong. This is real, guys. A baby monkey drank a
Wow.
tourist cup of coffee and passed out for 10 hours. And veterinary care finally woke him up and returned him to his family. He was a baby, and it was in Thailand.
How do we
Monkey.
How do we know it was a coffee? I mean, I knock out for 10 hours sometimes. I mean,
That's like the opposite of what coffee's supposed to
yeah,
do.
like
Maybe
they're
it works
just-
on reverse on monkeys. Oh.
Yeah,
I'm wondering how much we would need to drink to
pass out.
pass out. That's probably a lot, man.
I don't know.
Interesting.
That baby monkey.
That baby monkey. All right. Well, speaking of babies,
Ooh.
next headline: baby was born.
No
with-
way.
That's it.
happens?
Just happened.
Fake.
Wasn't a stork. Okay, so baby was born with 17 toes.
So you just need to have two, or wow.
No.
That's a lot
No,
more.
you need 7
You
extra.
need 7 extra
Pick a
toes.
number between 1 and 3. 5.
Yikes.
Now, I guess
Two
if
more.
it maybe went from the hand to the toes, I could believe that.
7 extra toes.
That'd be more.
Anything is possible. I'm gonna say it's real.
I'm gonna go fake.
I'd
that
say
would be
real.
newsworthy.
I'd say real. That would be newsworthy for sure.
But 7 extra? And then
Weirder things have happened.
And then, are the 7 extra? This is the most important question. Is it the pinky toe? Because those really don't even matter. Like, why
Is
even
that really the
have?
question
why even
here?
have the
That's
pinky
not the
toe?
question
Like,
at all.
is it a bunch? Is it like 4 big ones, 3 middle ones, and no
Is it like
pinkies?
toes on the toes?
Ooh.
Like, every toe has its own separate.
Yeah.
Just force off like branches,
Yeah, like
you know?
extra toes maybe.
And then it does make me wonder, though, does it have to have bones to, classify as a toe, or is it just extra
Just straight
skin?
cartilage.
Yeah,
yeah.
you know?
skin, yeah.
Does it have
But-
nails? Ooh.
These are the questions I asked.
I do
going
think
fake.
I do think it's real.
I hope it's real so you can tell us about it, but it's fake.
Okay, Nicole?
Real.
Okay,
Let's go
so Nicole and Dovey, you said real. Joshua, you say fake?
Fake.
Congratulations. Josh, you are correct. This is fake news. I just made it up, so. But I felt like it sounded believable, you know?
It
You
did.
made it.
For sure.
You needed to go like
got
maybe
us.
5 extra toes or maybe 3 extra toes.
I
or
thought
something.
7 was a good number.
7 was way too many.
What?
That was made it a little too unbelievable.
Okay.
Had
Well,
it been 1 extra toe or 2 extra toes?
No, but see, that does happen. I'm sure there's an article out there that said that, somewhere. So that was too believable. All right, last news headline for the day. Tween. I hate that word, by the way. Tween. Ugh,
It's a gross word.
it is.
Wait.
It's like
Well,
you're
you
not
know,
a teen.
It's on that level.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was about to say, give me the definition of tween.
It's like 11 and 12-year-olds and 13 maybe.
Yeah, 11 to 13.
Yeah.
-ish.
Yeah. Tween.
It's like a teenage internship.
That's a good way to describe it. Middle school. Tween gets accepted to 4 Ivy League schools.
Yeah, that's real. So you're seeing Malcolm in the Middle?
What? Everything's relating back to this one show.
Doesn't LeBron
Josh.
James, his son, doesn't he have like a ton of
Yeah.
deals already with colleges because he's so good?
Yeah,
It's possible. You
Well,
can,
those deals are like from a athletic standpoint. They're like, hey, we want your commitment now. Like you're not even accepted yet, but we want your commitment now. Like that's what they're coming to.
that's
He
crazy.
still has to get in, but
Well, I don't know how that would work with a tween, right?
Yeah, young people go to college all the time.
So they could be like a 13-year-old. Like, we're not talking like 11. They could be at the upper end of that.
Could be like a
age
12,
range.
13-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if they did
Man.
well during that internship, like you were talking about. Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to figure out what the brain is like when you're at that age. Like, if you can't even predict if somebody's going to be that smart or if they're going to succeed. Because there's so many things that could happen.
No,
in
but it couldn't be like a promise for the future. It could be come to our college now. These things happen. Kids go to school young all the time. There's like 3-year-olds on talk shows that know every bone in the body. I mean, they excel.
I'm going to say fake. She's really passionate about it. She really wants me to say it's real.
No, don't like let me.
But I just think it's fake. It'd be like at the
I
or
play
jealous.
devil's advocate for everything here.
a little bit. But yeah, I still think it's probably fake though.
I'm going real.
Okay. Nicole. She's
I'm
thinking.
so on the fence about this one. Like, it sounds legit, but then also it sounds too legit to be legit.
Yeah.
So,
Too legit to be legit, but is it legit?
let's just go real.
Yeah?
There you go.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We'll do
Go
it.
with the guy who's winning.
Okay, so Josh and Nicole say real. Adobe, you say fake.
Yeah.
Okay, Dobie, my man. You are correct. Nicely done.
What up?
This could have happened somewhere, but I
It might,
couldn't find
yeah.
a news
I
article
mean,
for it.
I based everything off of Malcolm in the Middle.
If it was high school, I'd believe it. But tween, I was like,
Okay. Okay.
I don't know, man.
So did Nicole help Howie out at all? Or?
Not at all. I got him.
Yeah, you know, she. I was kind of the same.
Sorry, Howie.
tried
Well,
real
it's
hard.
okay because it's not any better or worse. So it's kind of like, you know,
You kept him
Fair
alive.
enough. Yeah.
it's true. So I'm at. So I'm trying to figure out who's in what place. I'll just
I'm
read
in
it from
first,
left to
okay?
right. I've got 25 points at this point. Josh has 22 points, so you're in the lead.
Still up 3.
And Howie has 27 points, so there's still a 2-point difference between me and Howie,
Sorry,
and a
Howie.
7-point difference
Yeah.
between Howie in first place. But
Well, I still think it was an improvement, Nicole, so don't worry.
agreed.
Yeah.
All right, but up next we have our relationship segment here on the Morning App.
And now back to the morning app on 90.5 WASU.
Thanks for listening to the morning app. It is 8:46 on this beautiful Wednesday morning. We're about to dive into talking about relationships. I know it's a favorite topic of many of yours. So let's get started.
Let's help the general public today. And it's not, this one really isn't helping. Sorry. It's
As
just
much as it is hurting.
No. It's like bringing awareness that we actually are better than the generation before us.
Everybody's like,
Debatable.
Okay, well, the survey definitely proves it. Match's 2017 Single in America survey showed that millennials are 125%. That's over 100, guys.
Oh, thank you.
125% more likely to make a connection work than older generations. So you would think that here in the younger generation, people are just jumping from like relationship to relationship, but we actually like put more value and stock into, you know, making something work. We talk about with our friends, we work things out, and we're just more likely. And we don't know if it's because maybe our generation, like the parents above us, have gotten like more divorces and stuff, but we are more likely to make things work and to make a connection.
I wonder how much technology is a big part of that, like being able to stay connected and like, do you know what I mean? Like if you're like, for example, if you're like long distance, you can keep track of each other and then not keep track of each other, stay in touch with each other. That sounds like,
Where are you
doing? Yeah, you know.
I think this is interesting though, because honestly, maybe it is because of technology that we are so, I guess, more committed to somebody, because it is, I think, harder to find somebody now. I know it says we have technology and Tinder and Bumble and all this stuff and Match.com to help us find people, but I think in turn that's making it harder for us to actually find people in real life. So then when we do and we like them, we're willing to make it work more because it's harder. Like back then, you know, I just think you introduce friends of friends, you know, help your friends out, find people that they could connect with and stuff like that. But it doesn't really work like that anymore. And you kind of do have to put in a little extra work to find somebody that you are willing to start dating or talking to. Therefore, in turn, you're willing to put more into it, you know?
That's an interesting theory. So,
Yeah.
in a nutshell, like, because of how hard it is to just find somebody to begin with, once you have something, you're that much more likely to make sure it lasts. you know?
Yeah, because people are also more picky these days, too. Because we have stuff like
Oh,
Tinder.
yeah, absolutely.
Kristen went on like a minute-long rant, and then Dobie's like, okay, let me simplify it. This plus this equals that. I'm like, yes, thank you.
But no, I totally agree with you, Kristen. I think
Yeah.
it is way harder to meet people nowadays because there are so many formats to meet people, and you're constantly sending just random messages on Tinder or whatever other dating app, social media you want to use. You know, and you're not forming those personal, you know, relationships with people now. So I think it is definitely a lot harder to meet people, like you were saying.
Well, I really just need like a near-death experience with some individual, and that'll really bring us together. You know, like in the movies or something. I need like a catastrophic event.
That's
where
actually true because
yeah, thank you.
There's a psychological, pretty much theory behind that. Like, essentially, like there's a theory that when you have, all right, I got to word this right. When you have like some kind of physical arousal of any kind, you're basically going to immediately look around your surroundings to see what the source of that is. So if you see a person and you don't see the actual threat, you're going to think that the physical arousal is love rather than fear, if that makes any sense.
Ooh.
So if you're on a bridge that's really making you nervous because you're afraid of heights and you see a person that's really beautiful and like, you know, that's with you and then they're holding your hand, you're going to have that heightened like, you know, basically because you're afraid of heights, your heart's going to start going up and up and up, and you're going to be really nervous, and your brain's going to be looking for the cues, and when it sees that person, it's like, oh, that's why my heart's going up. And that's why. So it's interesting how that works. If you want to really fall in love with somebody, go like
You need a catastrophic event or something like to really bring the two of you together.
Catastrophic, but
Yeah.
something adrenaline.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Only Josh would want to go in a near-death experience to find love.
explosions.
That'd be like the greatest story ever. Like, how'd you meet? Well, the building was collapsing. She was sliding down. I reached out my hand and got her as she fell off the
And then
edge.
the ashes fell from the sky. There's like,
And then fireworks
That's
went
like,
off,
gotcha,
and it was
babe.
And then it was just slow motion.
problem.
And then the rest of the tower crumbled, and we both got paralyzed for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, what a great love story.
Oh, boy.
But face the facts, Josh. You're single right now. So,
Wow, thank you, Kristen.
you're welcome.
You're doing great. Like,
You're
that's it. Like,
welcome.
I wasn't
Bye, everybody. That's how we end the show. Oh, no.
end the show every day with an insult. Poor Josh, I'm
I
sorry.
wasn't ignoring the fact. You're like, just face it. Man. Like, get over it.
No, but I want to ask you,
Okay, I'm ready.
are you happy being single?
Yeah, I'm content.
Yeah, but are you happy? Do you enjoy the single life?
I am happy with myself. If someone else comes along that can make my life even better, fantastic. You know, jump to the sky happiness. But you know, I'm like,
the sky.
I mean, I'm perfectly fine being myself. I love myself. I think I'm a really good guy. You know, and I laugh at my own jokes. So I mean, I bring the comedy, so it's okay.
Yeah, well, I bring comedy too once in a while. But
That's why you have to be in a relationship, because you're not funny.
Nicole laughs at my jokes.
It's true.
See? I have two people laughing. But,
Okay, but I'm happy.
Basically, word on the street, though, does say that women are happier being single than men. And right away, I was like, no, this is not true. I think men would be happier. But honestly, it is women. And it doesn't really have an age category, but it says 61% of single women are happy being on their own, whereas only 49% of single men say they are. And they say that this is because of the emotional weight that women will carry when they are in a relationship. And I fully understand this. Like, my feelings, and whenever I have an emotion, I'm 110% into that emotion. Like, I can't escape it. And so when you have that weight on your shoulders of those emotional, you know, just weights, basically, you are worried about, you know, cleaning the house before they come over, looking good all the time. And so it's just like they're happier being single because they get to just relax and they don't feel as though that they have to just kind of work for that man.
Why can women be the only ones who carry that emotional weight? I mean, maybe guys want to clean the house before the girl comes over. Maybe they want to look pretty. Like, come on.
I mean, that's totally fine. It's just what
yeah.
the survey says. Surveys don't lie.
Surveys
well,
don't.
they definitely always lie.
There's always some bias there.
Yeah, but I mean, 61% of single women say they're happier.
Yeah, I guess I can see why you would assume that like guys would like being single more, right? Because every guy's like a bachelor or something like that when they're single. But I think in reality, every guy kind of wants something a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I would say
long
actually,
term.
more probably guys want
Like
a
deep
relationship
down.
more than women, if we're being
But-
honest.
Well, I think that's just humanity. We're always looking to share life with somebody, no matter who you are.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's basically all of Sam Smith's discology is just that feeling that, you know, I think is kind of in the back of the head of a lot of guys that are single. But I can see that, too. So,
I mean, I don't know. I'm happy. I think everyone should be happy with themselves.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Well, of course, whether you're in a relationship or not, you should be happy with and love
Yeah.
yourself, you know?
you should just be happy either way.
Do you see this?
Yeah, I mean, I've been single for most of my life. I was in a relationship for a couple months, but that was the extent of it. And I'd say that I'm happy being single. I get to work on myself. I get to, you know, go out for my aspirations and just, I don't have to worry about thinking about somebody else constantly and worrying about what they're doing. I just get to focus on myself and ride it out solo.
I will say that once you don't focus on finding that person, you'll find that person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I really do believe that. You know,
yeah.
when you're not looking, it just like, it'll happen because you're not forcing anything.
And I hate when I tell people that because I can see on their face they're like, oh, I
Dude,
hate
what are you
hearing
talking
this.
about?
Yeah, and they really don't like hearing that. And I mean, it's true. Like, of course, if you're looking for love, you're going to want love, you know? But when you stop looking is when that person comes into your life. And it's the worst piece of advice ever because you're like, that's counterintuitive to everything we've learned in life. But it's just true. It's how life works, I guess.
Dovey, you're just so full of wisdom.
Yeah, I write all this stuff down to the Book of Dove. The Book of Dovey.
Can I have a copy?
Absolutely.
Will be published in time for Christmas.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, that's all we have here for you today on the Morning App. Join us Friday morning at 8 a.m. for another round of Talking Through Stuff with Taylor Ann, 90.5 WASU.